Hello everyone, my name is Meister. Welcome to a new how to build video. Now, I did make some changes in the schedule because I said I was gonna do Imelda, but I don't have enough info on her and how her kit works, so I am going to do another character. And you might have seen her on my hero card right here. I'm talking, of course, about Jellyfish Lady, aka TOWA. TOWA is the latest flyer in the Langrisser reincarnation faction, and she's actually a really good character. Let me just pull her up right here. If my game wants to load. Jellyfish Lady, here you are. So, she's latest addition in the Langrisser reincarnation faction. She's also part of the Origins of Light faction, buffed by Deharte, Juggler, and Freya. Then Strategic Masters, buffed by Altemuller and Lamford. And of course, Langrisser Reincarnation, buffed by Ares and Hilda. Now, this isn't her original skin. This is, yeah. The community bought me the Echo of Light and I chose Toa, and I am not sad with it at all. I like Shinta. He's the rodent living with her. So, her talent is called Vagrant Strategist. The buffs received from allies last one extra turn, and for each buff this unit has, attack and defense are increased by 1% up to 5% at 3 stars. Now, don't blame me if I say that I don't know the percentages for 6 stars, because, well, mine is 3 stars as you can see. Now, she has some really interesting skills, and I would like to go over them with you. I will also showcase one of her skills in what do you call it again? Time Rift 3 1 Elite. Yeah, it has been a long time since I've done that. So initially you get her as a Pegasus Knight, where she gets tactical guidance. Copy up to 3 dispellable buffs from this unit to a friendly target unit, lasts up to 2 turns. After use, gain an additional chance to move 2 blocks and act again. So and the buffs will not lose their turn count. This is actually a really OP skill, because you can select a teammate and you can give your own buffs. You can actually copy them to them, meaning that you keep your buffs, but you also give the same buffs you have to your friendly unit, and you can act again. I mean, who doesn't want that? We all want it. Now, she has two paths: infantry and flyer. Personally, I'd say flyer is better in PvP for the what's it called again? For the mobility. That's right. Now, in PvP, in PvE, I would actually try to use her as an infantry, but I'm aiming more for PvP since, well, I want to go for gold, so I can get Rosenseal's skin. Then we go over to Pegasus Lord, which gives skill command. Increases the skill of all allies within 3 blocks by 20%. This can actually be a good passive if you are battling against an Omega in Arena, probably Apex Arena. And she gets the Pegasus Riders and Elite Cavalry Soldiers over to Pegasus Star Rider, which is also needed for her third bond, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I am not mistaken. Where she gets Attack Support Large. After taking action, increases damage dealt by 2 friendly units within 2 blocks. What? Not including this unit by 15% and immune to attack and introduction and effects that silent as active skills. We have seen this with how to build Vargas, haven't we? It's the same skill. Okay. Then she gets her second iconic, well, not iconic skill, but her personal skill, which is Supremacy Strike. It has a cooldown of 4, Physical damage. Attacks a single enemy, dealing 1.5 damage. And for every buff this unit has, damage dealt is increased by 2% up to 10%. Before battle, if you are under the effect of a faction buff, you attack first. In addition, if the enemy does not have a faction buff, this attack also ignores guards. This is massive. This is absolutely massive. You can ignore guard whenever the enemy doesn't have a faction buff, and you can attack first if you have a faction buff yourself. This is just massive, this skill. So I will actually bring Altmuller with me in Time Rift, so we can see that she can attack first. She also gets the soldiers Griffin Knights and Guardian Cavalry. I would actually say Griffin Knights are her best soldiers, because they deal a massive amount of damage. Over to her first infantry class, which is Mysterious Traveler, where she gets Barnes' skill Blade of Freedom. Attacks an enemy unit dealing 1.4 damage. Before battle, renders the enemy unable to use passive skills for 1 turn, meaning this is a passive silencer. Could be good if you use her in infantry. I have no idea actually. And she gets Elite Infantry and Amazon. Then over to Legendary Ronin, which is actually a really nice name. She gets the passive Swords Breath. After attacking an enemy, deal 0.1 AoE damage to all enemies within 1 range ring. I could actually... You know what I would find funny? That people are going to use Balance Blade just for... So Balance Blade with infantry in PvE just for this passive. That would be that would be funny. She also has Savage Attack. Attacks a single enemy dealing damage to equal 1.2 damage. When you're on defensive terrain, cast stun on the enemy before battle begins. Lasts 1 turn. It's as simple as that. She gets Guardian Infantry and Amazon Champions. Those aren't actually bad soldiers. Over to her branch with 1, which is actually the coolest of them all, the Dragon Knight. Look at that mecha dragon, it's so nice. And she gets Gale after taking action, 20% chance to act again. I mean, we all know Gale, and she gets Griffin Riders and Paladins as her soldiers. Now hold up, she also has Raging Thunder. Attacks a single enemy, deal 1.5 damage, grants Windride before battle. When HP is above 50%, damage taken from melee attacks decreased by 15%, lasts for 2 turns. Okay, so of course she wants her 3C, but I'm going to talk about that in a second. If you don't have the 3C, you should probably use these skills. Raging Thunder, Tactical Guidance, and Supremacy Strike. Or Attack Support if you really want her to be your team buffer. I am going to use these skills to battle in the Time Rift. Now, for her soldiers, as I mentioned before, she has some good soldiers. The training ground soldiers are Dragon Troopers, Dragoons, and Hoplites. Now, I would actually say Griffin Knights are her best soldiers because they can deal a massive amount of damage, and they're bulky. They are bulky. For her equipment, as you can see, Ragnarok. I have my first Ragnarok, and I'm going to give it to her. I will actually use Miss TOWA right here. She could also use the Throne Guardian. I mean, who can't use it? She's a flyer, so she needs an axe. It's as simple as that. She needs an axe. Now, for her armor, Last Rites, Azure Legend, you know, if you don't have the thing, you use the other thing. Now, equipment is actually really hard to tell because, well, some people don't have the equipment I say and then they get angry at me. See, here's a nice infantry TOWA. This is what we were looking for, though. So, yeah, Ragnarok as her legend, Njord's Feather Crown. Why haven't I thought of that one? And Judge Talisman. She just needs an attack accessory. That's about all I can say. I honestly don't actually have a lot of information about her gear. That's okay though. Yeet. So her 3C is called Archaic as Ascension. Ascension. That's a hard name, and it's a lot. So it's passive and active. Immune to effect. The passive is immune to effects that prevent the unit from being buffed. When the unit has strategism, militarism, or strategism, stoicism, physical damage taken by soldiers will be reduced by 35%. Wow, those are hard names to. Blah, blah, blah. Those are tongue twisters. Active. Choose one skill to cast. Militarism. Assist. This unit gains. Blah, blah, blah. Command. The attack and int of friendly units within 3 blocks increased by 15%. Before initiating battle, deals fixed damage equal to TOWA's attack um, times a half. After killing an enemy with an active skill, reduces the skill cooldown by 1, lasts for 3 turns, and cannot be dispelled. Then she also has Stoicism. The units this unit gains Stoicism. The defense of friendly unit within 3 blocks increased by 15%, and they get immune to fixed damage. Cannot be dispelled. Oh, cannot be displaced. Lasts for 3 turns, can also not be dispelled. After any of the above skills is used, this unit gets an additional chance to move 3 blocks and act again. Um, Changes Archaic Ascension cooldown to 5 turns. So, that's a whole mouthful. And I'm not sure if you heard it correct, but yeah. Over to her bonds. Over to her bonds. I said it twice. Whoops. So, Toa is actually pretty buildable, in my opinion. She doesn't have the worst bond unlockers. So, she needs Intimacy level 5 for the first one. For the second one, she needs Intimacy level 10, and she needs to have cleared. You need to have cleared Time Rift 3-6 with her in your team. For Intimacy level 15, you need to upgrade her to Pegasus Star Rider, which is her final flyer class. Intimacy level 23, and you need to clear her Gates of Fate 3. I think it's 3. I'm not sure. Let me check for Doom and Gloom. Yeah, okay. So it is in fact Gate of Fate 3 with Maya's help, and Gate of Fate 4 with Ares' help. Now, the video isn't over yet. Normally it is, but we're going to showcase her in Time Rift 3-6, I think. Yeah, it's 3-6 she needs. That's all the way back there. So, okay, Time Rift 3-6, Mightiest Knight, go! And we will just select Toa and how about Toa and Ares? Just Toa and Ares. No, I'm filming. Toa, where are you? Wait, where is she? So we have Ares, who has soldiers. Broom, broom. Where's Toa? I can't find her. Squid girl. Oh, here she is. And the rest just yeets away. This jellyfish is actually a really nice character with a lot of potential, especially in PvP, where she can really maneuver. She can pull out some hard maneuvers, especially with Breeze enchant. If you manage to get Breeze on her, well, then the opponent is dead. At least if you have a good TOWA. So this was it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I will do how to build Imelda in the future, just not yet. Because for her 3C I kinda need it myself to show what it does. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. Shinta loves you. I love you all. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.